Hey guys, welcome to Unicode. Today we learn about switch statements. A switch statement allows a variable to be tested against a list of values and perform certain number of operations. Each value is called a case and the variable switched on is checked for each case. Let's just have an example of grading system. Let's just make a variable like character grade. We can give a output like enter your grades, enter your grades, enter your grade, and semicolon C in grade. Now it's the turn of switch statement, like switch statement. This is the syntax of a switch statement. We can just simply give a variable grade, and now we have to define a cases. You can have any number of case statements within a switch. Okay, this is a switch, these are curly brackets. We can have any number of cases between these two curly brackets. Like just we can have a case like A grade. We can give a output like your grade is A, your grade is A. We can give a break statement. Let's just make some more cases like case B, cout, your grade is B, break, case C, capital C, like colon, cout, your grade is C, and a default case if like the user didn't give an input of none of these cases, we can give a default case, default cout, you have not entered A, B, C. We can just capitalize them, semicolon. Let's just run this code, like run your grade like A, your grade is A. Suppose if I give a grade like M, you have not entered A or B or C. This was the very basic code of switch case statements. There are some more details about switch case statements, like this break statement is not necessary and the default case is not necessary, but it has some side effects. We'll see in the next code. I have already written a code for you guys which tells a date is valid or not. Let's just head up to that code. Here is the code in which we will see if date is valid or not. I have just simply taken three variables, date, month and year, and a boolean variable which is valid or not, which will store the value of valid, if it is valid or not, if it's false or true, if it is valid or not. We can see cases like January, March, May, July, August, October, December. These are our months. I have switched my variable on month because we have considerable number of months in an year, that is 12. We have to perform same operations for the months which have date from 1 to 31. We have same statements which have for the month which have date from 1 to 30, and we have a special case for our February month, which is our second month, if a year is leap year or not, so our date changes accordingly, like 29 and 28. Let's just see this code. If our month is one of the month like January, March, May, July, August, October, December, our date should be between 1 and 31 and our valid will become true. Simple. And then we have given a break statement. So for if I give a case like 5, so it didn't got break here, it continued, it got us some statements over here and it gave a break. Okay, let's just run this code. Like if I give a date like 6, enter a month like 3 and an year like 5, 4, 6, 7. Our date is valid. This date is valid. The year does not count. This year will come in the future. So the date is valid. Let's just run this code for some of the leap year conditions like 29, second, and just give a non-leap year here. The date is invalid. We can run this code again like 29, 2 and 2020. The date is valid because 2020 is a leap year and it has 29th Feb. You can see this code again. Well, the side effect of not writing a break statement, we will go to our previous code. If we just remove this break statement over here and give an input of B grade, you can see we have got a random output like your grade is B, your grade is C. You have not entered ABC. Why? Because we haven't give a break statement in a case B and a case C. If I just give a break like here and just run this code again and a grade B, you can see two outputs like your grade is B and your grade is C. This is not possible. Therefore, there are some cases where a break is needed, and as you can see in our the date program, our break statement was not necessary. So it concludes like the key statements will be continued when until the break statement is reached. Not every case needs a break statement. If you don't break the statement, the flow of control will fall through to the next cases until the break is reached. I hope you guys learned from the video, and if you do, please like and share the video. If you are new to Unicode, subscribe to the channel. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, happy coding.